Well, you got to feel for my old pal Jay Carney. He's got a tough job. He's got to go out there, face the public, the media, and try to explain how President Obama didn't really mean you can keep your doctor and insurance, period. That what the president actually meant was you could keep them if a bunch of things didn't happen, if the plan didn't change, if the doctors didn't run and hide, and if the Red Sox never win another World Series. Unfortunately, the president lied, and Jay's frustrated and taking it out on the media.
But these memos say that at the end of the day, we are all stuck in the same queue because they all have to go through the same portal.
John, I get it. But the person who calls isn't the one who continues to wait after the paper application is filled.
Right? Your mocking is entertaining, but the president said that you could apply within 25 minutes.
That
right. Was not true.
The work that you do, I think everybody else is looking quizzically because there's a reason to be quizzical here.
Well, it wasn't just ABC. Shots at CBS, Fox, and just about anyone who's dared to ask the question, what the heck was Obama thinking?
Hey, John, I'm having a conversation here. I'm sure I'll call it. I'm sure that you'll represent what the speaker's saying in a minute. Mara, the way you phrase that question, makes me think that you're still working on a typewriter or something. It's available online. The proposal is there. It's not just that I say they're on the table. They're on the table. And I would simply say when it comes to, and I know that we're creating an exchange here for Fox, and I'm mindful of that. Wendell, again, I invite you to read the Federal Register and all the examples of, I know that would be a lot to ask.
Jay, brother, don't take it out on the media. They're just doing their job. Finally. Come on, man, you're bigger than that. Even you, Bob, have to admit, boy, he's feeling frustrated. He's feeling heat.
This is what you call a press secretary slightly out of control because he's got a president that isn't giving him the straight answers, and he's got to deal with it every day. Danny knows this better than most people would. But I'll tell you, it's very tough when you're out there trying to defend a president and you know what you're trying to defend is not accurate.
I want to hang on to Dana's commentary for just a minute. We'll bring it around. Ange, thoughts?
I just think he looks like a real jerk. I mean, he's stuttered and stammered before when he's tried to explain things, but snark and arrogance, and especially the comment about the typewriter to Mara Liasson, that's just rude. And he's not doing himself a favor. He's not representing President Obama very well. I think humility would do Jay Carney very, very well. I don't think the jokes are suiting him at all. But he's not used to this. Remember, this is new for him. So he doesn't really know how to deal with his own kind. Remember, he used to work at Time magazine. He should understand and feel their pain. He hasn't had to deal with this rapid fire, and the media's woken up finally, and now you see how he reacts.
How long has he had this job?
This finger. Remember, he's that Jon Karl.
He's like a crazy proctologist. He's not out of his depth. The depth is out of him. He's like Obama's dog, and when you feed a dog chocolate, he poops everywhere. He's not getting the right information, and that's what you're seeing right there. And also, back to the Time magazine thing, that kind of contempt reveals the immutable bias in the media, because that's how he feels. How could that not be separate from his own editorial duties when he was back running that magazine or as a Washington bureau chief?
Yeah.
So Dana, we've saved you for last. What's going through his mind?
Well, remember in that book by Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends, and there was this poem, The No Good, Very Bad, Terrible Day. As press secretary, you can feel like you have those often. You can have 99 good answers, and then one day where that's the one that everybody remembers. I do think that the best medicine in that briefing room, especially when you're on your heels, is not necessarily aggression.
Valiant.
But everybody on the left, remember, they want you to be more aggressive. But when aggression crosses the line into being a jerk, then people get upset. My suggestion for them, however, he's getting asked all of these little tiny questions about the details of how the website works. He should say, guys, I don't do that here. Call HHS. I'm not doing that here. And he needs to push it out of the briefing room so they could try to focus on President Obama's bigger issues.
Hey, Greg, your assault on the left and the media. Why don't the conservatives go to media schools and get themselves jobs?
Why would they bother?
So they wouldn't have you to pick on them.
Chuck Berry's wrapping us. We got to go. Coming up, breaking news.